weeks after Igboho'S were killed by operatives of the Department of State Services during a bloody raid on the Ibadan residence of Yoruba Nation activist Chief Sunday Adeyemo aka Sunday Igboho, the whereabouts of the corpses of two of his associates remain unknown. The DSS spokesman Peter Funaya at a press briefing at the Secret Police Headquarters in Abuja on July 1st, 2021 disclosed that DSS operatives gunned down two of Igboho's associates. However, Afunaya did not respond to inquiries by the Punch on Wednesday, seeking to know whether the DSS took the corpses away and why it had not released the dead bodies to the inconsolable families of the deceased for burial, if indeed it took the corpses away. In the course of the exchange, two Igboho's armed men were gunned down, while the rest were subdued and arrested. The DSS spokesman had said while parading 13 of the activist associates in Abuja 2 weeks ago. The two slain persons were later identified as Igboho's media aide, Olayomi Koiki, and Adugon and Al-Afa. Okay, Olayomi Koiki identified the two people as Adugon and Afa. Adugon, whose real name was Saheed Adisa, was one of the right-hand men of Igboho, while Afa was the activist's maternal uncle, who was said to be visiting when the house was raided. Residents of Suka area in Ibadan, where Igboho's house is located, will not forget the night of July 1st in a hurry, as sounds of jackpots of the ground interrupted their peaceful sleep around 1 a.m. before gunshots ushered them into the new months. Very, very sad. The country woke up to report that unknown gunmen had attacked the activist residence, but the DSS at a press briefing later that day said a joint team of security operatives had raided Igboho's residence in the early hours of that Thursday, based on an intelligence report that he was allegedly stockpiling arms, which the Yoruba Nation agitator has since denied, saying he defends himself with charms and not guns. Though Igboho, a spearhead of the separatist agitation for the Yoruba Nation, escaped the Gestapo raid, his house and cars were riddled with bullets, while bloodstains splattered the floor of the house. The activist has since gone into hiding and switched off his mobile phones after he was declared wanted by the secret police. Gory images and videos of the house after the DSS raid cited by our correspondent show that the people were dragged outside from the house in the pool of their own blood. The umbrella body of Yoruba self-determination group Ilana Omo Oodua had alleged that the DSS operatives shot at the gun 48 times before they butchered him, while Afa was shot while observing the Muslim prayer. Mourners have been visiting the Oshogbo, Osun State country home of Adugon, who is survived by an aged mother, wife, 3 children and siblings, though the bereaved family declined comment on whether the remains of their beloved son, brother and father had been released for burial. A source familiar with the matter told the Punch that Adugon's corpse had not been released. Igboho's media aide Olayomi Koiki also told our correspondent that the corpses of Adugon and Afa had yet to be released. However, one of the lawyers handling the matter, Pelumi Olajengbesi, told the Punch on Wednesday that the corpses had been demanded from the DSS. He's saying, "We have demanded their corpses from the DSS, but they refused to respond," he stated. Olajengbesi also said the secret police refused to grant him and the other lawyers on the case access to the 13 suspects in the DSS custody. When asked whether he had been able to speak with his clients, the lawyer said the DSS declined. They said it is a treasonable felony. Can you imagine? Treasonable felony matter, and they can't allow us to see them. They refuse to release them, but we are likely going to address a press conference tomorrow, Thursday, or next by Friday. When contacted, the National Publicity Secretary of Afenifere, Comrade Jare Ajayi, said that the attitude of the DSS in this case epitomized the disdain with which the government and some of its agencies treat the Nigerian public. He condemned the bloody raid and demanded the release of the detained persons and the corpses. Ajayi said they carried out such damage, including the taking of lives of 2 people. They are there without giving the public reasonable explanation up till now. Words are yet to be given as to the whereabouts of their corpses and the whereabouts of the 13 people who were abducted during the raid at Igboho'S house in Soka area of Ibadan. Such a thing is happening because the powerful in the country, led by the government, get away with abuses of the people. The level of impunity is virtually everywhere. Unfortunately, there is no indication yet that it is about to end. No, 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 no. However, it must be realized that our society cannot progress nor the condition of our people improve until an end is put to such impunity. There is this urgent need to call on the DSS to release the corpses and those arrested on July 1st. Beyond that, there is the need to keep prevailing on them to always follow the rules of law in their dealings with members of the public. Activist Joe Odumakin, who had earlier condemned the DSS raid, told the Punch that the DSS owed the public an explanation. Since the DSS itself publicly admitted to have killed the 2 of the persons, it owes the public some convincing explanations about the whereabouts of the corpses and why the bodies are still being held and denied proper burial by their relations. It can be rationalized as having the power to kill and also to deny the killed going to heaven, she told her correspondent. The DSS spokesman did not take court put across to his line and did not respond to a text message seeking clarity on the matter. If this kind of a thing is not happening, oh my God, if this kind of a thing happening with the government doing this kind of a thing, then are we safe? Who is going to save Nigerians? This is so horrible. A country ruled by evil, wicked leaders. You raided someone's house with different arms in the midnight and killed some of his men. Igboho has not committed any crime. Since this agitation, those that did this will be jailed soon. Even if you label someone a criminal, should the corpse belong to the government, Nigeria is a crime scene. How could they be armed? You attack them unaware. I believe we shall have victory at last. At middle of the night, you went there. And this is a lie. These lies, they will just tell these lies as if people don't even reason. They will just cook up one thing and this is a treasonable felony. And you see, oh my God, this is painful. Honestly, this is painful. Honestly, this is painful. This is painful. It has not gotten bad like this before. It has never been bad like this before now. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take.